Welcome to some Grisly Seance. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, it's a little bit clunky. If we had one more land, man, this would almost be perfect for Grisly Salvage. Yeah, let's go and mulligan on this one. And then we're stuck with Godless Shrine Plains and then no green for our other sources. Do we want to risk this keep? Maybe we hit another green source. Yeah, we're going to go keep on this one. A little risky. Maybe the Scry will give us a land that we can keep. Liliana, definitely going to put you on the bottom. And then anything else, let them do their thing. Alright, opponents send them. Let's see what the. Hey, good luck. You too. You true. Sorry, that's a mistype right there. Let's go and get the Godless Shrine down. Anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we are playing Grisly Seance. That revolves around Grisly Salvage and Seance. The fun thing about this deck is that. Actually, let's see. Drawn to another Seance. Okay, let's go and get the plains down. And we're going to go and pass the turn. But yeah, so we're using cards like Grisly Salvage to kind of fuel our graveyard up to make sure we can get creatures in there. And then once we get down Seance, we can start reanimating those creatures back out of the graveyard and just go to town. Have a lot of fun with it. Oh, love it. Hopefully we hit a green source off this. Ooh, beautiful. Drawn to Overgrown Tomb. Let's go and shock that in. We're going to pay 2 on this one. Let's go and go for Satyr. I think I like that. Grab a land off that. Yeah, I like that. It's going to be the biggest spread to look at a land and get into the hand. That way we will be online for Seance the following turn. All right. Life from the Loam. Hey, I'll take Life from the Loam. Okay. That is perfectly fine, and then anything else, we're going to kick it over to our opponent. So, we do have some good stuff in the hand. Eternal Witness did hit the bin. We have Grapple with the Past, Commune with the Gods, so if we're going to bring anything back, we can start doing that. Our opponent did get down Hollowed Fountain and Flooded Strand, so we'll see what we're playing against. Might just be blue-white control on this one, but we'll see. Maybe just Sky, but with them fetching a second Hollowed Fountain, we're probably looking at blue-white control. Now, one thing we do have to do is, thankfully, we do have 2 copies of Seance in the hand, so that way if we want to run into something like another counterspell, we can at least have a backup copy. Let's go ahead and dredge Life from the Loam. And the jig is up. Our opponent did see the Seance. Let's grab that Windswept Heath, see if this sticks. And if they draw counter the Life from the Loam, that will not be the end of the world because we can just re-dredge it again. Let's go ahead and get the Windswept Heath down, and then I think we're going to go and pass the turn. I think I like going for Grapple with the Past on our opponent's instep. That way we can at least kind of maybe draw out a counterspell and bring something back to the hand. Worst case scenario, we can bring the land that we crack off the Windswept Heath. We can bring that to make sure we make the land drop for the turn, and then we still have the dredge to go for. So we'll kind of see what they tap out for. They haven't really got anything down, and they still have 4 mana up. Let's go ahead and crack the let's crack the Windswept Heath. Probably grab a Temple Garden. I think that sounds good. Yeah, and we're going to go and shock this one. I'm okay with that. Let's go for Grapple with the Past. See if that kind of baits out a counterspell or anything. Put the top 3 cards of our library into the graveyard, then return a creature and land. Worst case scenarios, we may end up actually grabbing Eternal Witness to bring back. Alright, yeah, let's go Eternal Witness. I think I like that. Yes, bring back Eternal Witness. So we'll still have the dredge for the turn. We'll grab that Windswept Heath for the land drop. Alright, ooh, do hit a Chaos Mob. Let's go for Life in the Loam. It's going to be Forest, Windswept Heath, and then Windswept Heath. It's going to be green. Tap the plains down. See if this sticks. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the forest down. Let's go and push in for 1 with Satyr. We can get a good clock going. That 1/1 over there swinging in. All right, there we go. Go Satyr, go. Make us happy. All right, pushing in for 1. It's going to put our opponent down to 18. And then, yeah, let's go and go for Eternal Witness. I like that. What we can do is we can just slowly get into the spot to where we can just keep getting really nice incremental value as the game wears on, and then our opponent may feel obligated to kind of go for some counter spells on something like this. Cryptic Command, counter target spell, and draw a card. Yep, that's fine. Go for it. Alright, then kick it back over. So we're basically just kind of waiting for them to kind of go shields down, then we can get Seance. We can probably still go ahead and push Seance on this one. Or if we want our opponent to kind of think that we are digging for Seance, we can go for Commune with the Gods next turn. Kind of go for that. Alright, see what our opponent's tapping out for. Ugh, exhaustion. Alright. Might be blue-white extra turns? Maybe? Usually you kind of see exhaustion in blue-white extra turns, or at least an extra turn style deck. It would definitely kind of get us going on this one. We still have the land drop to make, though, for the turn. But it might be blue-white extra turns. If it is, it's kind of fun. I always enjoy playing against that particular match. Let's go ahead and dredge Life from the Loam. Let's go and get the Windswept Heath down, and then let's go and pass a turn. So at least we'll have 1 land up off the Windswept Heath. We're not going to crack it just yet, just in case we do run into another exhaustion style effect. Howling Mine. Okay, yeah, this is blue-white extra turns. All right, there we go. There's that Howling Mine. Okay, the good thing is they don't have exhaustion on it right now. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be at 7 total mana. Yeah, let's go and crack the Windswept Heath on this one. Let's go and grab, we do have 2 black sources out there. Let's go and grab another Godless Shrine. I think I'm okay with that. Not going to pay 2. And the Howling Mine, draw an additional card, draw into Birds of Paradise. Let's go and get the Windswept Heat down. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go for a Commune with the Gods. Yeah, I like that. Commune with the Gods. Let's see if we can't kind of dig something up with that, or maybe draw out a counterspell if they think that we're digging for Seance or something like that, and then we can just slam it down. And then both of these, I think I'd rather just kind of have both of those go into the bin. I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's go for it. Let's see if Seance sticks. They've got 4 cards in hand. Keep our fingers crossed that Seance is good. If it's not, it's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. We are getting to the point of the game now where they have a ton of mana and they can start using Time Warps. And oh, beautiful. We get Seance down. Let's go and crack the Windswept Heath. See if we can't start going to town off this one. Let's get the Forest. Let's go for Birds of Paradise. Get that down. Now, as far as what we've got in the graveyard, we do have Hornet Queen. We do have the Trostani Summoner. So we do have actually a pretty good way to get creatures on the battlefield. The only thing that we're missing right now, and I want to make sure that I'm not overlooking it, is that... And in fact, if we want to, I think I like this play. We're going to go Elephant during our opponent's upkeep, kind of blast some of those lands, kind of keep them down a little bit. We still have Chaos Maw on the back end to kind of clean up all those tokens. I think I like that. 3 lands, yeah, I do. Let's go for that, because a lot of their extra turn spells are 5 and 6 mana, and that's pretty debil. It's going to be pretty hard for our opponent to kind of bounce back from that. Okay, it looks like they're tapping... Oh, Cyclonic Rift. Okay, bummer. Dang it. Okay, bounce Seance back to the hand. Let's see what they have to show for it, if they're going to start taking some extra turns off this. The only unfortunate thing about extra turns and us having a very, not really necessarily a slow clock, is that if they get into spots where they just keep casting those extra turn spells, it's a little hard for us to kind of deal with it. Yep, Time Warp. There you go. Go for it. We'll kick it back over to them, and then we'll see if they can kind of go from there. But yeah, if you've never seen Extra Turns deck, it usually revolves around Time Warp. They use effects like Exhaustion to make sure we don't untap our lands. And then they also have the, I can't remember the name of the spell, but it's an Awaken Extra Turn card, like Part the Waterveils maybe? I think that's it. That might be where you can awaken a land and kind of go from there. So that would be another win condition they can go for. We'll see, though, what they end up having. But, yeah, as far as playing against blue-white extra turns, a little bit clunky in a Seance deck, but we're going to have some fun. But the play that I was going to go for is we were going to go for the Elephant. We could have blasted our opponent's lands, and it would have taken care of those lands, and then that would have put them in a spot where they cut off a lot of mana. But then on our upkeep, we had Chaos Mob coming out of the graveyard, deal 3 damage to each other creature, so that would have been a good way for us to kind of... get rid of those elephant tokens. Now, we are running Seance. If we want to kind of blow up all of our own lands, we can definitely go for that. We can blow up our own lands, get those tokens onto the battlefield, and then use something like Crater Hoof to really get an additional bonus from that. Outside of that, the other bonus that we have in here is we're running Elesh Norn. You can kind of use Elesh Norn in a way to a little bit of board control on your opponent. Let's say they have a ton of creatures out there. What we can do is kind of wipe them of any sort of Temporal Mastery. Okay. What we can do is use Elesh Norn to kind of clean their board up and then kind of go from there. Alright, we got Snapcaster swinging in for 2. It's going to put us down to 11, then we'll kick it back over to our opponent. Hopefully, we'll kind of get rid of that. But I need to play this deck because I absolutely love Howling Mine. I think it's a really fun card. When I first got into Magic, I put like a playset of Howling Mine into every deck that I built because I love drawing cards extra turn, which makes sense why I love Dark Confidant now. But yeah, I love me some Howling Mine. So let's see if they're going to show for this one. They do have the Inkmoth Nexus out there, which will be a 1/1 with Infect, so that's something that if they can start sequencing enough extra turn cards, they can definitely get us on Infect. We can block at least one time on the Birds of Paradise, but we'll see what we have. Okay, Exhaustion's going to get cast. Alright, so I guess they're going to pass it back over if they're going for Exhaustion. We still have Birds of Paradise, so if we rip into another land, we can at least go Life from the Loam to kind of start making our land drops to get around the Exhaustion. But if that's all they're kind of going to show for it, then I think we're going to be in a good spot. Gigadros, tap target permanent, okay. That's another way that the blue-white turns deck, they can replicate it to tap down a bunch of stuff during our upkeep to make sure we don't have any mana to really do anything with. Alright, swinging in for 2, it's going to put us down to 9. And we know swing in from the Inkmoth Nexus, so we do kind of have to watch out for maybe like Cryptic Command again or something like that. Druid's Deliverance and drawn to a Temple Garden. Now, if we shock, we can play around Exhaustion, but that's really not going to do much. You know, we have Birds of Paradise maybe. That's going to put us down to 7. Swing in from Snapcaster puts us down to 5. It's going to buy us a little bit of turn. Yeah, We'll just go and put it in play tapped. We've seen 2 exhaustions. Maybe they don't have another one or something like that, and we're going to kick it back over. But one thing that we do have that we can kind of... do we have Druid's Deliverance? No, we have Druid's Deliverance in the hand. So the cool interaction between Seance and Druid's Deliverance and Eternal Witness is that whenever Seance exiles a card, it is a token onto the battlefield. So if we go for Druid's Deliverance, copying Eternal Witness, that's going to make a copy of it. It's a token. That's going to fog our opponent out from swinging in. We get a creature on the battlefield. So essentially, once you get down Seance, for every 2 mana that you have that has at least green in it, you can just start making copies of Eternal Witness. And you can also use that in addition to like Elesh Norn or Crater Hoof as a way to kind of help you close the game out. But we'll see what's going on. Opponent does get down Howling Mine and Dictative Crewfix, so that's usually pretty much dunzos on that one. And that was Part the Water Veil, I think. Yes, Part the Water Veil. So we got the Infect coming across, take an extra turn after this one. Let's go and cross that off. Alright, swinging for 7, that's 1 Infect. Take an extra turn. Get those triggers going. But yeah, it's a fun deck to play. You know, if you enjoy decks like this, you know, it is a little bit one-sided. Usually one of the hard matches for blue-white extra turns is playing against a control-style deck, because you can usually just jam a counter spell against something like Time Warp, and you're usually a pretty good spot to go from there. But in fact, if our opponent's going to go for it, what I may end up doing is just kind of speeding the video up. That way you can kind of see what's going on instead of me just rambling right now. Okay, our opponent finally closes it out with Gemstone Cavern. So let's go and send this one over to game 2. Now, let's go ahead and I think I want to back off the elephant. I'm not really super wild about that one. We could bring in Sundering Titan as a way to kind of grab some of their islands. I don't know if that's exactly what we're going to go for. Outside of that, let's go ahead and bring in the Abrupt Decays. That way we can kind of maybe take care of the Howling Mines and the what is it? The Crewfix card. It completely slipped my mind. As far as what we need to cut, Shriek Maw, yeah, it's a little slow in this particular matchup. I do like Elesh Norn in this one. It can give a nice bonus to our creatures. Is there anything else that we want to bring in? Go for the throw. You know, Ashen Riders at one time of, yeah, no, let's go and leave the elephant in. I'm actually okay with blasting their lands and going for the Chaos Maw on the back end. Do we want Lily? Yeah, Liliana's a little slow in this one. Okay, so we're going to pretty much bring in the Abrupt Decays and the Nature Claims to kind of take care of that extra card draw stuff. And then back off the Shriek Maws just because, you know, we're not going to really be able to utilize Shriek Maw once they go for the Awaken and different stuff like that. Yeah, actually, we can go ahead and bring in 2 go for the Throats if we want to. Yeah, let's go and do that. Bring 2 of those in. Let's back off Siege Rhino and let's back off that last Liliana. Okay, I like this. Go and submit this over to game 2. Okay, welcome back to game 2. As far as our opening hand goes, we got Birds of Paradise, Temple Guard, and Life. Yeah, I love this. We'll keep on this one. Hopefully, we don't get extra turned out too quick. But yeah, pretty much what we want on the play with Birds of Paradise. I will take it. Let's go and get let's shock the Temple Garden in. We're going to pay 2 on this one. There we go. Let's get down green, go for Birds of Paradise, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Okay, but yeah, so what we can do, even though we don't have any lands in the graveyard, what we can do is we can simply just cast Life from the Loam into an empty graveyard and then start kind of dredging from there. We still have Eternal Witness in the hand, so if we want to grab something like Grisly Salvage, hopefully off a dredge, that'll really help us kind of amplify our graveyard out. Definitely something we want to go for. Draw into Nature's Claim. Yeah, let's go and get I'm okay with shocking on this one. If they're going to start going beat sticks with creatures like man lands and stuff like that, we're probably going to be dead at that point anyway. So let's go and shock that in. Let's go for Life from the Loam on an empty bin. That's okay. Oops, there we go. Life from the Loam, no targets, and we're going to hit green, and then Birds of Paradise. And that still leaves up Nature's Claim. That way we can blast if our opponent does get down Howling Mine, we can blast the Howling Mine and then still take advantage of that card draw if we want to. It just kind of depends on how we want to go for that. Alright, opponent does get down a Thing in the Ice. Okay. And then Nature's Claim on nothing. Alright. Let's go and dredge that Life from the Loam. Tristani's Summoner. Hey, that's a pretty quick little clock right there. Let's go and shock the Temple Garden in. Let's go for Seance. We'll be able to blast that during our opponent's upkeep. Now, the only thing we do have to watch out for is if they can somehow flip that Thing in the Ice really quick, it's going to bounce all of our hard work on those tokens back. But, well, not really hard work. We just get to blast it up. Yes, let's go and go for that. Use Seance ability. Get Tristani's Summoner on the battlefield. Get the Rhino, the Centaur, and then the Knight token. Now, if we do draw him to Abrupt Decay, that would be an excellent thing for us to draw into. We can take care of Thing in the Ice, and especially if our opponent was planning on going for an Exhaustion this turn, it's really not going to do that much to us. Disenchant on Seance. Hey, we already got the creatures on the battlefield, so I'll take that. Alright, and they draw into Satyr. Okay, so let's go and push in with the crew. I like doing that. Yeah, we'll swing with the whole one. We get the Knight. It has Vigilance anyway, so might as well swing in. Thing in the Ice is just simply a 0-4 body. So that's going to be a pretty nice chunk of damage coming across. That's going to be 6. Put our opponent down to 14. And do we want to? That's going to be Satyr for 1. We did not make the land drop for the turn, so hopefully at the land drop we can still go Eternal Witness on Seance. Or we can simply just go Life from the Loam to bring it back, and then go Satyr and still make the land drop. I'd like to get some great cards going in the graveyard. Let's do that. Let's go green off Satyr. Enters the battlefield. Worst case scenario, we just get another body on the battlefield is what we're looking for at this point. And then, ooh, there we go. Elefante. Let's go and grab the Catacombs. Let's put the Catacombs down. Let's go and crack that. Grab a Forest. Get that Forest down. Let's go for Eternal Witness. On the Seance. There we go. That way we can bring it back. And then what we can do is we can just simply yes, we're going to use that ability. We can simply use the Elephant's ability to kind of blow up some of our lands. We can blow up 2 of our lands. We still have Life from the Loam, so we can start dredging those lands. You know, we won't be able to do that with an Exhaustion, but at least we'll be able to take care of Thing in the Ice and kind of clear the way for us to swing in. We are looking at 7, 9 coming across with the Knight token and the Centaur. We still have Eternal Witness coming across too, and Satyr. So it's a pretty good little chunk of damage. You know, we do have to watch out for Cryptic Command. Our opponent does have access to, they have 4 mana up right now, all blue. So that'd be something we have to watch out for. So what we may end up doing is we may just end up pushing in first with some of our creatures. I think I like that. Yeah, let's push in first. That way if they are holding back on Cryptic Command, they have to use it now. Let's go and push in with Satyr, Eternal Witness, Rhino, Centaur. Whole motley, whole gaggle of creatures coming across. Let's see how they want to offer it block. See if they offer up the Centaur block again. Okay. Gonna put our opponent down to 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for the let's go for Seance. Let's kind of put them on a counter spell. If they've got it, they've got it. If not, we got the Elephant during their upkeep to kind of take care of some of their lands. Main thing is they didn't use a Cryptic Man to kind of bounce us out. Alright. Looks like we will see a Cryptic coming across. There we go. Cryptic Command, counter target spell, draw a card. And then we'll still go and go for the Birds of Paradise. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Now, the counters on Thing in the Ice are at 2. So we need to watch out for that. It's going to be green off the Birds of Paradise. Get that down. And then kick it back over to our opponent. Alright, so it's pretty good so far. You know, getting the Trostani Summoner out pretty quick on, you know, our opponent's upkeep on turn 3 is a really good way for us to deal with the deck. Unfortunately, we didn't really hit Crater Hoof early, getting it down or anything like that, so we can't really take advantage of that. But that would have been another way for us to win once we go for Trostani and then Crater Hoof. Alright, opponent's going to go for Exhaustion. It's going to get her, make sure our creatures don't untap. And that will put Thing in the Ice at 1 more. Tapping out for 2, Howling Mine. Okay, hopefully, Godless Shrine and we draw an Abrupt Decay. That would be really sweet. Drawn another Forest. Okay, let's go and get the Forest down. I think we want Nature's Claim on Howling Mine. Alright, they go to 7. I know it's not the best, but the main thing is you want to cut blue-white extra turns off card draw, and that's what I like going for on this one. Plus, it's going to be the best use of Nature's Claim, at least at this point right now. Because if they don't have an extra instant or sorcery to go for, which, you know, they've got a ton of them in there, but if we're playing to our outs, getting rid of Howling Mine will definitely help us kind of take care of that. Or you can go Snapcaster out of the bin to go for that. It's going to bounce Snapcaster back to the hand. They're going to get that Thing in the Ice to flip. Let's see what we kind of hit off of this. Alright, Exhaustion. And that will be Awaken the Horse, sending everybody back to the hand. And so that'll be 7 coming across, puts us down to 6. Drawn to Eternal Witness will not be able to make the play. Hey, good game to our opponent. But yeah, you know, this is a fun deck. You know, it is Seance, so we're playing this weird kind of mid-range animator deck that, you know, when people have different ways to kind of bounce it back, it's really hard to get Seance down. But it was a good match. I definitely enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.